so I apologize for that. That lengthy silence was because I was muted, and I just realized I was muted. So we were going through an armor replacer mod here, and so I need to just make a few examples here, and we'll take a look at them. A lot of these, like the bone mold and stuff, is really hardly even worth looking at. I'm going to do them just to be inclusive. I'm not going to do everything, just like I'm not going to do... I don't know if I'm going to do all of any of them. Let's see, let's do the heavy. Well, let's do the heavy. There is a difference in the heavy and light here. Let's see, what else is there to see? Well, we can take a look at a couple of these. There's this. And there is the Archmage's robes. There's the bear armor. We can take a peek at that. The blades, cuirass, that will show you all you need to know as far as how that looks. Do the Dark Brotherhood robes. Like I said, I'm just doing the basic stuff so you can see what the idea is. That will be good. One Dawn Guard one is pretty much all of them. I don't think there's any difference in the Greybeard's robes, but let's check. Jester's clothes, I'll show you that. This does not actually show up. We can try it, but I don't think it will actually show in my inventory. I forget why. There's some weird thing going on. Light Blades armor, that's different. Oh, I could wait, that's a mod though. We'll deal with that later. That's a different mod. So we're just doing replacer stuff. Murex robes. It doesn't matter which ones it is, they all look the same. Nightingale armor, we can do that. That's all. And then there's a lot of more mod stuff. We can look at Nocturnal's clothes. I don't think it matters which one you use, they all look the same. We can look at the Sigic robes. I'm probably doing more than you need to. The Skull coat is funny. We'll do that one. And then the Stormcloak cuirass. So let's leave it at that. That's probably enough, just to give you a good idea of what he's done here. Some of this is probably, I don't know how much of this, or if any of this is truly his own work, or if it's all things he got from other mods. I don't know. But here you go. I mean, there's this. That's pretty good. I think all of these are pretty decent. So the Archmage robes. Anyway, I'm not thrilled with the hood, but overall, I would have to say it still looks pretty good. I mean, even if I'm not thrilled with the hood, it still looks pretty good. I know that rhymes. Sorry about that. This is the Bandit Bikini, which is probably the skimpiest thing, I think. The Bandit Bikini. Doesn't serve a lot of purpose. Bear armor. We've already looked. I know it was short and it was cut short. I did a beginning review of this, or overview of this, and because I'm not really critiquing anything, just doing subjective, you know, showing you things. So it's a short, like 10-minute video, and I'm going to call it something like the pre-overview of this overview, because I got interrupted and I had to quit, and I'm just continuing from there. So if this seems weird for any reason, that may be why. You might need to see that little 10-minute pre-video, but honestly, you don't. You may feel like you do, but you really don't. You're fine seeing this video. This is going to cover everything that you really care about. This is the Blades armor version that he uses for his replacer. I think that's nice. This is the bone mold. I will tell you that I have yet to see anybody do the bone mold and have it really look decent. It's okay, I guess, but I don't know. It's not for me, I guess. Okay, we're going to skip all this modded This is a separate mod, and we will deal with those things, but we want to get through some of these other things first. So the chitin armor. The light chitin armor actually looks pretty good in its own way. It just looks kind of ragged in a way, but it looks good in its own way. If that makes any sense at all. But it does look kind of ragged. Then the cultist robes. Okay, now this is a version of the cultist robes I don't think I had seen before until I had used this mod, so I don't know if this is something new of Spartans or not. These robes are nice. Again, I think this was a different version than what I've seen before. Pretty good. This is similar to another version I have seen, but it's not exactly the same, I don't think. This is nice. I think most of these are nice, honestly. I don't care much for this Daedric armor. It's hard to describe. It just doesn't... It's not anybody's... Well, I mean, it's me. It's just me. It does not appeal to me. I don't know. It's kind of funky looking. I like this pretty good. Nothing like the little side view, I guess, you know. I mean, you notice the throat is wholly protected, you know, just for against vampires, but the side breast there is definitely not protected, so I suppose they can have all they want there. Oh, I'm sorry I even brought that up. Let's just move on. So this is Dragon Plate. That looks nice. This is Dragon Scale. Looks good. I don't mind these versions. I think these versions are nice. Dwarven. The Dwarven looks good. I shouldn't say I don't mind these versions. I mean, I like these versions mostly. That one, the Daedric, is the one that I really don't care much for. These others are pretty good. You know, I mean, it all depends on what you're looking for. How much coverage versus non-coverage do you want? I mean, this is the Elven armor, which isn't much different from the light armor, which she wore in a previous video. So, not much difference there. There's the light armor. We're not going to do that again. We're going to move on past these. We did the fur. We're going to do the glass. The glass looks nice. This is, as far as a skimpier version of glass, this is a pretty nice version, even though it is a little light. It's not, I don't know. It looks pretty good. If you get the boots and the gloves and all, it looks pretty nice. Let's see. We don't want to do any of that. That's that special stuff. Oh, wait, graybeards. Hold on. Yeah, see, no change to the graybeard robes. Why would there be? I have seen a mod that did change these robes, but I can't remember which mod it was. Let's see, did we go through hide armor? Yeah, I think we've gone through that. But there it is again, if you needed to see it. Here's the Imperial armor. This is the heavy version. This is what you'll see, I think it's Legate Ricky, or Rick, well, whatever. You'll see her wearing this. There's the light armor. You'll see some of the other Imperial soldiers wearing. We did iron. I mean, nothing new there. We did that. Jester's clothes. I think the Jester's clothes looks pretty good. This is pretty standard of what people do with the Jester for the girls. We did the leather armor, just so you see it again. I'll do it. I need to move past the leer and that because that's all. This is all mod that we will get into later. That's all mod stuff. Now here's not. Oh wait, Murak. Okay, so here's Murak. That's his robe or clothes for girls, the girl version. Which I imagine if you change Murak into a girl, that's what she would wear. This is the Nightingale armor. I think this is a very good version, similar to like the glass version. It's nice. I don't know. It's nice. It's not too bare. I like some of the Nightshade stuff, though. I'll tell you, when we get to that, that'll be fun. Here's Nocturnal's clothes. And I like this version, the blue with almost like purple stars or something on it. I don't know, whatever you want to say. You can, or maybe it's purple with, anyway. I like that version of the outfit. It looks good. The Nordic carved armor. Here's this. Looks pretty good. I did make 2 Orcish armor. Sorry about that. The Orcish armor, I don't know. Kind of like this design better than some of the others I've seen. It's very cool. It's not too much. Sigic robes. I don't know what's up with that. The front looks a little goofy down in the lower area, I'll say. I don't know. Just some weird clipping and stuff going on, but I won't put it down. It's still nice. Let's see. We'll skip that stuff and that stuff. The skull cloth coat. It might be a little sexier than you had thought it would be, but it's not horrible, and I guess it would still provide a little warmth, so it's not horrible. It's not terrible. It's I thought it was kind of funny that they modified it, honestly, but you know, in keeping with the theme of the replacer, it makes sense. In keeping with the theme of reality or immersion, no, probably not, but who cares? I'm not really going for that anyway. Here's the heavy armor. It's nice. And then here's the light. The light is a little lighter. So there you go. Let's see, I think we did the steel armor. Yep. So let's move on. Stormcloak, Cuirass. This is just, I mean, this is what all the guards wear anyway. It's just, this is Stormcloak colors. You get the idea. Nothing fancy. We did those. Let's see. We didn't. This is mod stuff I don't want to do. We're going to do some mod ones here shortly. We looked at the vampire armor and the wedding dress in my previous little video. I mean, I guess I can, just in case you don't want to go back and see it, you can still see it here. This is the vampire armor, which is nice. The wedding dress, let me just try that on for you for a minute, but the wedding dress just, I mean, it's interesting, but I don't know, it's a bit, I don't know. It's got an odd design. I'm not saying bad design. I'm saying odd design. Anyway, I think I've seen that design before, so probably been in other mods, but I have used this mod before, so it could be from this mod. So I like the vampire look pretty good. And for our purposes, it doesn't matter because we're going to move on to another mod now. Let me, do a quick save so we don't lose track of what we're doing. And then we're going to go down and look at some of the other mods, because that's the big replacer that I'm using. It replaces the vanilla and the DLC armors. But then I have a bunch of other mod armors that I can show you. Just note that while I'm showing you this, if any changing of armors accidentally reveals something that shouldn't be revealed, that's just an accident. It's not being done on purpose. Nothing I have should allow that, but it can happen. I've had it happen to me before where I was like, oh, well, that showed some nudity and I did not expect that. And just remember, this is like looking at it's kind of like looking at a naked Barbie doll of your sister's. It's really not a big deal. But nonetheless, that's kind of what has happened to me before. hopefully that will not happen in this case. So I'm going to scroll down to, oh, need to go a little further. All right, so we're getting there. So here is, let's just scroll up like this. So there's Spartans. We just went through that. No, I probably did not show you every single little thing, but certainly I showed you the majority and enough for you to know if you'd like to try it out. So here we have Viking armors. Viking armors is, it's got several good things about it. Most of it, I believe, do they say here? I think most of it is it under ebony and miscellaneous? It's not really saying for me here. I will tell you that it really fits when it says UNPB. That B I think means blessed or something like that, just meaning, well, you know, larger chest. Let me just make some of these. You've seen Sif wear some of this. Is some of this under ebony? Let me look under ebony real fast. Yeah, some of, no, that's the wrong thing. Let me move on. Yes, okay, some of it is. So these are part of that set. Let me make a few things. I'm just going to make like my favorite stuff and show you that. I like the carved fence. I usually make, I'll show you what I usually make. This. Let me see this vest. No, not that vest. Do the belt. I usually do the belt. I don't usually do that. That's good. I'm trying to wait and let the picture load so I can try to see what it is that I like. I think I do this one usually. This is Sif's outfit is what I'm trying to reproduce in case you're wondering. The fur cape doesn't really show in that picture. Okay, so there's that. Let me make a few other things. Something miscellaneous. There is some stuff. Dresses. There's no boots or shoes. I don't even think there's gloves in this mod, so you really have to make your own. That reminds me, go up to Dawn Guard. I really prefer the Dawn Guard boots and gauntlets with this outfit. It's your choice. Some people use leather or hide. And the mod creator, I think, suggested hide, but I kind of like the Dawn Guard stuff with it. It's just a subjective choice. Let me get down here. I'm not sure. It's a ways down, so pardon me. This takes a minute. We're getting there, though. Here we go. Let's see. Yep, let's make that. Yeah, that dress. This dress, and this will cover the largest part of the mod. It definitely covers what I like and what I use. That doesn't mean that that's all you're going to want to see or do yourself, but this gives you an idea if you're interested in this mod at all. So I will show you. Let me roll down here. We're going to take off the vampire stuff. Now here's what I mean. You see, my girl does not show anything. Nothing shows. Okay, so if anything appears, it's quite accidental. There shouldn't be anything though. But like here is the summer dress. Okay, there we go. Wow, my game froze, and for a minute I thought we were going down. And you'll notice some largeness in the chest area. I don't know how else to say these things. Anyway, the dress clips a little bit. I don't think that's that unusual. It actually does have movement, which originally I didn't think it did, but it does have movement with the dress. So I'm not sure how much. I'm not sure if there's, you know. I find the skirt portion of the dress looks weird, and there's clipping with that. Okay, that doesn't mean it's bad. It just, you know, for me it seems to be odd. The spring dress. Let's see if we can get that going. Okay, it's slow, but I did click on it, and it is working. Here again, I'm not sure. It looks like the skirt portion clips quite a bit. The top portion looks pretty good. It does have the movement again, which I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, the skirt portion really clips a lot. So when you're standing around, it looks really good. When you're moving, not so much. So here's the autumn version, which is basically red instead of green. I think it still has the same clipping. Oh, maybe it has less clipping. Do you see that? The legs are not extending through as much. Ah, okay, they worked on this one more. This one has less clipping. The legs do not stick out as much. They do still clip out sometimes. But overall, not bad. These dresses are not awful. I'm not really into all the dresses, but I thought I'd show you in case somebody was interested. Okay, so here, we're going to take that off here. We're going to do... Yeah, this is the stuff here. So we're going to start here. This is the chainmail shirt. Well, these are loading slow. So these are loading slow, but see, this is what I usually... Do I have Sif wear the brown one? You know what? Maybe I have her wear the brown one. Nonetheless, you get the idea. This is the chainmail shirt. And I guess it would be better if we have the whole outfit, so just give me a second. I think I have Sif wear the brown. Nonetheless, it doesn't really matter. This is the little fur cape that fits on. This is the little belt, which is kind of like the knife belt on the leg. See that? And then, let's see, I do the 2 sleeves because they add armor for Sif. And then I do the pants. I like the carved pants. Yeah, I think I usually do the brown outfit for Sif, but nonetheless, you get the idea. This is the white shirt instead of the brown. That's her. It almost looks like her butt is clipping out, and I never see that with Sif. Weird. Of course, I admit I don't watch that closely. I just run her around. Well, it looks okay now, I guess. I don't know. That's odd. That did look a little odd, didn't it? And what I use, because you'll notice she has no shoes or gloves, what I use is the Dawn Guard. Oh, rats. Here we go. It'll be up in the D's, so give me a moment to scroll. Okay, these boots and these gauntlets, I think they fit this outfit pretty well. Now, you may prefer hide or leather, and that's fine, but I don't know. I kind of like the buckles. I think they go well with it. Just depends on what you like. And I think if she had the brown version on, it would be better than the white version. But that's just me. You can look at some of my old Sif videos and see what you think. I just think, I hadn't noticed this before, but it almost looks like her butt is clipping out of her pants sometimes. But it's kind of hard to see, but it does look like that's happening. I don't know. For now, let's just move on. What's our next mod? I like that though for Sif especially, because I like her to have a Viking appearance, a Norse appearance. And, if she's gonna run around and use Thor's hammer, you know. Okay, so pardon me, I was having a little coffee there. We gotta scroll way down again. I don't write these down, so I don't remember them, so I apologize for that. Alright, so we have the chameleon armor, which I can easily show you that, and then we need to test the Warhammer sorceress, and then we have the vampire. Okay, so the chameleon armor is what I had this girl Testra wearing earlier. Let's take this off. Let's scroll down and make sure we get all the Viking stuff off of her, because sometimes these special mod armors take up special slots and they don't always work well together, and I don't. Like I said, I don't want to have accidents. It is possible, though, that I could have an accident that I don't want by accident by not doing this. So I'm just going to take these things off. There we go. Alright. So there she is with... I don't think she has anything. She didn't have her shoes on. Nope. So here is... Let me scroll back up. This is part of that chameleon armor. Now it does look kind of goofy to start, so just bear with me for a minute. And it's not made to fit her body, so it's going to cause a little weirdness here for just a minute. Pardon me, but bear with me. We're going to get there. We have to go up to the G's. That's where gray is, because I chose gray. It looks more black than gray, but it's a cool look. Pardon me. I'm suddenly burping for no apparent reason. And there's two choices here. You can go for a skirt, which is more coverage, or you can go for the no skirt, which, I don't know, just appeals to me and my sense of things. I know, it probably shouldn't, but it does. There's also variations where if you don't want to wear the chest piece, you don't have to. And if you don't want to wear the corset piece, you don't have to. I mean, there's a lot of this you don't have to wear. You could take the collar off. You can definitely leave the hood off. Matter of fact, a good look, there's several good looks, I think, on this. I personally like the collar. I'm sorry that this is so separated, but because I was using this for her and I had enchanted it and named it, it's down here, so we gotta go a ways. The hood, she looks fine without the hood. There's no problem. She can keep her necklace on. But she looks fine without the hood. There's no problem. Oh, I think the collar takes her necklace off. Oh, that's the problem. Let me scroll back up. So I didn't realize the collar was counting as a necklace. See what I say about using certain slots and I don't realize they're using a slot. But you can have this appearance, and I think this is fine. You know, I mean, we're talking pure fantasy crazy, right? But, you know, if you want to be a little more covered, you can do this. I think that's nice. When you add the hood, it does add a braid of dark hair, like she has dark hair. It does not take the color of her hair into account, but that's okay. I'm just telling you what it does. And you can definitely do this. And it just adds a whole different look. All these little pieces. You can change it up however you like. Let's see, if we take the collar off. I don't really see an appeal there, but whatever. Anyway, you don't have to wear everything. You could take just the corset off and you could leave the midriff open. The chest piece doesn't look like it's really designed for that, though. You're probably better off taking the chest piece off, and then maybe you could do just the corset if you wanted that coverage. And you still got the skirt there, but you don't have to have any of that. I mean, you can lose a lot of that, like I showed you. Nonetheless, I don't want to spend too long on this. I think that has covered everything. I'm just going to put her back the way I like it. I like it like this, and with the hood sometimes, but I like this. I think this is a good look for her. So this is the chameleon armor, though, and it comes in a bunch of different colors. Let me just make, I'm going to make a different set, just a different color. It's always up here in the hides. Let's make, well, is green good? I guess green is good. It'll be close to gray. It won't be hard to find. So green is good. Let's just make green. This won't be enchanted or improved at all. This is just made to be what it is. We'll make the hood. Like that. And we'll make both of these just so you can see again. Now, their colors don't necessarily agree with what I think of. Like, this says it's the gray outfit, but I really think it looks black. Which, I love it. It's really nice. The green, from what I remember, the green is pretty nice, too. You can also mix and match colors. One funny thing you'll notice here is that the green doesn't look extremely green. I'm just telling you. There we go. Does that not look more reddish? Did a colorblind person do this? I don't know. See her hair hanging down on her chest? It's a dark brown hair. But even though the color isn't exactly what I would think of as green, I still say this is a nice look. I think I like the gray better, but this is still nice. So that's the chameleon armor. It's very nice. It makes you look roguey. They put a little heart on your butt if you use it like that. If you use the one with the skirt, you don't see that. You can laugh at me all you want, but I did notice that. I thought it was funny. So, our next mod. We're going to move on. There is a white version. I think there's a blue version. You have to try the colors out. The white is mostly... Is it mostly white and teal? It's hard for me to remember. The blue version, I don't remember if it's exactly blue or if it's more green. But you'll notice the green one was more red and black. So, beats me. So, I forgot. Oh, wait, our other was the Warhammer. Well, you know what, though? I need to see that, because I don't... I'm sorry, I popped out of that. I don't remember where the Warhammer stuff is made. So, going back down there again. Alright, so Warhammer, Sorceress Robes. It's all under miscellaneous. Okay, at any forge under miscellaneous, or in a barrel under the bridge just inside Whiterun. Well, it never occurred to me to look in a barrel, so I didn't look. But it can be forged, crafted at any forge under miscellaneous. So, it's UNP says, okay. Alright. Well, let's take a look at the Sorceress Robes and see what we think. See if I can make them real fast. It's under miscellaneous. I just want to do a quick save so I don't lose track of what I'm doing. It's so easy for things to crash because I have so many mods loaded up, and a lot of it has to do with the blacksmithing, so there's a lot in the forge list. So I'm just going to go down and look at the Warhammer stuff and see what we need to do to make them what we need. So, okay. That's Viking, Vampire. Okay, Warhammer. Let's see, I need steel and gold. Steel and gold. Lots of steel and gold. So, okay, so I need to do some steel and gold and some linen wraps. Alright, we'll do that. Steel, gold, and linen wraps. Alright. Oh, why is there only 10 ingots? Okay, this chest used to always have thousands. Well, this will probably suit my need, but that's weird. I guess he changed the chest. Okay, that's alright. That was unexpected, though, I have to say. Nonetheless, I mean, it's plenty still. I'll just get 20 instead of just 10. It'd be fine. So, did I get the linen? I got gold and steel. I did not get the linen. They do not have the linen things, the linen wraps. Okay, well, I guess I can go over to the miscellaneous box and get that. You'll have to pardon me. I have to scroll down to the L's. This might take a minute. If I'd known it was going to be this way... Do not delete. I don't know what that is. Anyway, if I'd known it was going to be this way, I would have gone to the Whiterun Forge. Because I have another mod that adds a lot of stuff there that we could have just grabbed and used. But that's okay. It's not a big deal. I just get used to having things a certain way. Whoa. But is that 10,000 lockpicks? That is 10,000 lockpicks. Alright, so let's see. We're going to make... I'm just going to set this for 50. That's plenty. Let's put a linen wrap in there. Linen wrap. There we go. I should have 50 over here. That's plenty. I'll take that extra one. There we go. Alright, so let's go back down to the wait. Just in case it crashes, we don't want to go back through that. Believe me, right now, due to all the things I have, it does crash at the forge. Not all the time, but quite a bit. So I'm just trying to do this and be careful. So let's scroll down and we'll check out the Warhammer. I could make this easier. I think in the future maybe we will do fewer mods at a time. I think the fact that I have 140 mods all at once kind of makes this more difficult than it would be. But for now, let's just make all this stuff. We'll see what it looks like when we're done. We're gonna make boots, and bracers, and bracers. We'll make the crown, and the crown. I don't know what the difference in these are. The robes, and the robes. Oh, maybe some of them are plain, and some of them are enchanted. I prefer plain, so I can do it myself. I see. So, okay, so let's take a look and see what this is going to look like. Warhammer's going to be W's down at the bottom, so... Pardon me again. Oh wait, we better take some of that off. Some of this uses special slots, and I don't want us to have any troubles. So let's just take this stuff off. I know. That leaves her in her underwear, but she'll be okay. She's fully covered. And I have some other mod stuff already in my bag, so we don't have to make those. And we can check those out when we get to them, which we will. We're just not there yet. Sorry about that. Alright, so Warhammer. Try the boots on. Let's just try the plain ones. I'm going to do the bracers. Okay. Do the crown. I don't know about this. This is looking up. And we'll try the robe. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Whew, I was worried about it. Well, I have to say that this is not a bad look, actually. The, looks like there's some minor clipping with the armor. Nothing super major. I don't think it has like the full movement that some of the other mods do. Yeah, and there is some clipping with the skirt. It's not horrible though. I don't know why this is such a big mod though. This does not look like this needs to be that big. Is this heavily detailed? It doesn't look heavily detailed. Still, modding is not my forte, so it's kind of hard for me to judge these things. But it doesn't look like it needs to be that big a mod. I would just say that, and I will let it go at that, okay? Let's just leave that on her for a minute. We'll just, we're going to make some vampire armor, which I think, the vampire rogue armor, I think, hold on a second, I need to, sorry, I hate to do this all the time, but it's just to be safe. I hate to lose my place or have us totally lose our progress. So, let's see, I think it's under leather. Let's roll and see if the vampire rogue armor is under here. Yep. Alright, so the vampire rogue armor is here. And ignore that stuff. Alright, because we'll get to that stuff later. Like I usually just make the plain ones, like just make the plain stuff. We'll make the corset, we'll make the dress, that'll be fine. We'll do the little panties, which is actually a weird thing with the panties. We'll check that later. Pauldron, you can do some different things. We'll do the G. Do we care about that? The G is just a color. It's a green. You can do different colors. For our purposes, I'm going to stick with like the black and steel colors. I'm not really going to worry about it. The steel boots, I think, look the best anyway. Let's see if this is the suit. That's one version of the suit. I think there is another version. Yeah, there's the top. And you can always do any of these you want. There's the gloves. And you can go with or without the mask. It's up to you, but I'm going to do the mask so you can at least see it. Okay. So I'm doing just the basics. I'm not going to get into everything. Some of those items are enchanted and some are not. And I really prefer to make plain items and then enchant them myself. So let's go up to... Where's Warhammer? Let's go back down to Warhammer. I apologize for that. Let's take the boots and the bracers off. Let's take the crown off. And then we'll take the robes off. Ta-da! But you'll notice there was no problem with that outfit. Okay, so ignoring the standard stuff, let's put on the vampire mask, the gloves. Now this is just the top. You can, and I have had my followers... Well, wait, no boots. Hold on a second. Let's get the boots on. Okay. I have had my followers dress and run around like this. Well, without the mask. The mask, if you see that, I mean, it's a mask. It's kind of scary. I'll just take that off. Anyway, and you can have them run around like this. But there's a lot of options, actually. You can also add a steel sleeve, for instance, and a pauldron. And those work really well. Now, these do not show... Let's see, is this the first-person view where these don't show very well? Oh, actually, it looks okay. Oops, let's not do that. Sorry. No sword? You don't have a sword? You don't. You have 2 shields. I have 2 shields on my bar and no sword. Can you believe that? You know, somehow I can believe that. Anyway, you can do this. Now, the funny thing is, if you try to add these, it messes up the outfit, which is kind of silly since the other one says it's just a top. And then you try to add the panties, and you don't really get the panties. You just get the panties with no top, which is kind of dumb. So, I tend not to use that at all. I just thought that was an interesting thing to show you. Usually, I just use the top, because that's what works. Or, you can use the whole suit, which is nice. You get a whole suit like this. And, what's the other? Did I have another suit here? I had a cuirass, which is different. It's a different suit. You see that? Now, the cuirass looks cool, too. So, you have these options. You can use the mask also if you want to. Let's see, what else is there? There's the corset. Okay, the corset, it works with any version of the outfit. See that? That's what was missing earlier. If you go back and just use the top, the corset will still be there. And does that serve a real purpose? Not really. It's just looks, whatever you like. And in the suit, the corset stays there. But the corset kind of fills in and leaves that so that you don't have that open belly so much. And then, I forget if it stays on with the panties. Let's try it. It does. It stays on with the panties. But the panties don't really work. You see her underwear peeking through, so it's kind of weird. I still won't use those. The corset stays with every version of the suit, I guess is what I'm saying. And it uses some different slot. So you can have this kind of a look for you or your followers, Or you could go more like this, which is fine. I don't see any problem with this. Or you can go with the Curious look, which also was very nice. You don't get the, the ring male nipples, I guess, or whatever. Sorry, but I mean, I have to say it. But look at that. That's a pretty good outfit. That's pretty nice. So somebody did some work here. I don't know if you get any jiggle physics with this. I guess you do. Okay. I wasn't sure, honestly. I didn't remember. I thought you did with the others, but I wasn't sure about this Curious. It looks like you do, though. So, strictly speaking, and it looks like it may still have some form of, well, you know. Anyway, let's move on. So what's our next item? Our next item, I think I have time for one more. Let me look. Okay, looks like we have time probably to do one more, maybe two. Depends on which ones we run into and how fast it is to do them. So that's the Vampire Rogue armor. It's very cool. But that's me subjectively. I mean, you may not like it, but I like it. I may use that more. I'd forgotten about the Curious, and the Curious is a good piece with that. As well as the other pieces are good, but the Curious is very good. So, next is the chain armor and the Ancient Eldar and the Merta. Okay. So, these are the ones we just looked at. We looked at Chameleon, the Warhammer, and the Vampire Rogue. So this is New Miller's Vampire Chain Armor, New Miller Ancient Eldar, and the Merta Assassin. So, I'm going to get through whatever I can get through, and then we'll call it good. The Chain Armor, that's some of that stuff that I'm carrying in my bag right now. So let's just take all this off, so we don't have one mod interfering with another mod. Let's just take all this off. Alright, so does that look good? Yep. Okay, she's not wearing anything like that. We just have to scroll up, because it's chain. It starts with the letter C. We got to go a long way up. There's a lot of variations of this chain armor. And I have one variation on one of my mannequins back in my little place. My new little secret basement place. Oh, that's right. I figured out what Satano is. Well, I didn't figure it out, because I really didn't know. I looked it up, and it means basement. So that El Satano that we looked at with the mannequins and the forge and all that, that is the basement in English. And then there's a Satano that looks like Secreto or something like that, and it just secret basement. I don't know if I covered that one, but I don't really think it's necessary. Let's go with the gold and blue, just for fun. I like blue. So we're going to go gold and blue on the boots and the circlet. And we're going to go to the cuirass. We're going to go gold and blue. You will have seen probably this around if you have been modding and for a while and watching anything about modding, but there's quite a few variations of things here that you can play around with, but I'm just going to show you the full gold and blue. It's a very I really don't usually use the wings or like the wings, but I want you to be able to see it with the wings, and then you can always decide what you like. If I had a flying mod and the wings would flap for me, that would be more interesting. But I don't have that, so I don't do that. So this is this armor. There is some clipping. There's never been anything we could do about that as far as I know. Like I said, I find the wings to be weird, but if you drop the wings, it's really just super hot. I mean, yeah, I probably shouldn't say that, but yeah, well, it is. I mean, that's just the way it is. It's like she's wearing the least amount possible, it seems like. Of course, not very immersive, right? But this is the outfit. I just wanted to show it to you. It's something I have used in the past. It's not impossible that I would use it again, but I'm probably not really. I don't have to be super immersive, but even this is probably a bit much for me. But if you enjoy it, hey, there you go, you've got it, it's cool. So what did we have after this? I know we mentioned Merta, but there was something else. Oh, the Eldar armor. Now the Eldar armor, I'm going to have to make some because I don't have any in my bag. So give me just a minute. Maybe we'll make the red set since we did blue on this. I think it's under everything. Ha, good. Sometimes I guess right. Let's make the red. Let's see, that's the ancient. This is no amulet. Oh, let's go with the amulet. I like the amulet. We'll do the battle curse red. We'll do the... Oh, wait. Maybe we should do the ceremonial red. I'm probably overthinking this. I apologize. We'll do the boots red. There's not that much difference in all these cuirasses. There's really not. But you might notice a little difference. You might care. So you'll get a chance to see. Now I got to take off all this chain stuff because I think the pauldrons are special. I think they take a special slot. The gloves and the cuirass and the boots I think are fine. We're gonna replace. We can leave the circlet on for now. It's cute. Let's see. So yeah, I know, like you care, right? Anyway, just the red gloves. Okay, my system's really slow because I have all this in my inventory and all these things are in the lists. We got the cuirass. There is no helmet with this set, so you have to use either a circlet or something of that nature. Or I have invisible helmets, so you can use that always. So this is, I think it's a very nice, the red and the blue both look very nice, and you can use a different circlet. I don't think there's any physics really associated with this. It's pretty normal. This is just her being her normal self. There's no exceptional movement or anything, which is fine. I don't have any problem with that. You know, she's wearing blue earrings. I think they come with that circlet that she's wearing. That's cute. I didn't notice that before. So you tell me, can you tell a difference in that cuirass and this one? Wait for it to actually happen. Oh, there is a slight difference. Okay. So the other cuirass has a bit more of the like black mesh at the top. This might also look a little dirtier. The dress one might be a little cleaner. Maybe that's why I like the dress one better. Maybe. So let's try that again and just see what we think. I think I like the ceremonial. I think of that as dress. That's what we used to call it when I was in. So we call it the dress uniform. Okay, so it's not much cleaner though. I thought it might be a little cleaner too, but it's really not. So that's it. That's the ancient Eldar. It's a nice outfit. You can improve it and enchant it. It's very cool. I've used it before for some of my followers. I usually probably use the blue one because I like blue. I think I've said that. No surprise, right? So now we're going to go down to the Merta Assassin. I have that in my bag already, so that will be a little easier for us to try different pieces of it. I've not improved or enchanted any of it, and the Merta Assassin armor, some of it is improvable and enchantable, but I don't think all of it is. So I'm just going to say that now. Now we're down here. I'm going to do a quick save so that we can just try this out. She's not got any shoes on. Nope. Alright, so here we go. So you have to work with these and try to figure it out. The elegant stuff is supposed to go together. The fishnet stuff is supposed to go together. But sometimes you can do a mixture of certain things. Some things don't mix together. So like the reinforced, I think, is kind of its own thing. It can get a little confusing. You have to test these out and see what you like. You can do the choker And the belt shoes, which, let me show you the belt shoes. The belt shoes look like you've got kind of belt stilettos. If you saw that, I'll try to show you better in a second. Let's go down. Let's not do elegant. Let's not do fishnet. Let's go down to the others. Let's do the headband. We won't do reinforced. Oh, wait, you have to do something, don't you? Oh, I guess so, because otherwise she's just like this. Ha! Alright, well, let's try the reinforced tunic. See what that looks like. So you could try this. This is probably extremely on the skimpy side, okay? But you could do this. This would work. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's any physics with this suit or not. Looks pretty normal. I don't see anything crazy. So be it, right? Alright, so okay. So we can do the stockings. Now the stockings, you'll notice, got rid of the shoes. That happens. I don't know why. The stockings do not like other things. We might be able to do the leggings. The leggings, I think, allow for the shoes. Let's see. Oh, and my alarm is going off, so I apologize. I did want you to get a chance to see some of this. But that's a pretty good time of when I can expect to be interrupted. You know what? Maybe we can pick this up later. I'll do a quick save here. And see, she can wear... I don't know why those stockings, they don't like for her to wear shoes when she has those stockings on. We can try some more variations of this. I'm certainly not going to hit every combination. You saw that there was a lot of combinations. So, anyway, we'll come back to this later, maybe tomorrow. I don't know, whenever I can get to it. For now, just want to say thanks for watching, and I will catch you later, okay? Alright, have a good one.